Welcome to the Harmony Navigation video series. This video will guide you through the Results tab and the functionality that exists within it. The Results tab displays the results of all analyses. Consequently, the tab shows no content until at least one analysis has been performed. However, as soon as an analysis has been run, the results can be viewed, printed, and exported. The Results tab is split up into three subtabs: the Results Viewer, the Comparisons Plots tab, and the Reporting tab. I will now explore each one of these in turn. The Results Viewer contains the results of all analyses performed. However, for data to be displayed, you first need to select the wells you wish to view. In this case, I want to look at results of my pumping wells. As you can see, still no results are being displayed. This is because we need to choose from selection trees what we want to see. In this case, I want to look at which field these wells are producing from, and the following summary parameters for oil. As you can see, the Results Viewer now contains results of all the analyses that have been performed for each of the wells. If we only want to look at a particular type of analysis, we can do this using the filter functionality. In this case, I only want to look at the rate versus cum analyses, so I deselect all, and then select rate versus cum. And as a result, only the results of the rate versus cum analyses are present. Like in other parts of Harmony, we can create a template for this series of results by clicking Save Delete Template and typing the name of the template we wish to call it. In this case, rate versus cum. We can also narrow down results by selecting a subset of all the results available. For example here, I only want to look at the results from the Judy Creek field. So what I can do is select the Judy Creek wells, right click and select Select Subset, and now only the Judy Creek wells are being displayed. It is also possible to sort your results, and I do this by clicking the column header of the column I want to sort. In this case, I want to sort by remaining recoverables. And now, by sorting them, I can see which of my wells have the most potential in a very easy way. At this point now, I can export the table I have produced in either CSV or Excel formats, or in the file which is supported by PhDWin, Aries, or Energy Navigator. I can also export the forecast from these analyses by clicking on the Export Forecast button. From here, I can choose the data I want to include on my export, and if I also want to include a historical production, I can do this by checking this box. The final part of the Results View we will look at is the Global Edits button, which is there for bulk editing of specific decline parameters in selected analyses. So for the analyses selected, you can decide when the forecast should begin or end, delta time options, and abandonment rates. The Comparison Plot feature of the Results tab allows you to create plots for comparison by layering individual plots from within Harmony. Comparison plots are static though, meaning that the plot does not change even when the dataset is modified, which means you can compare slightly modified datasets. In this next example, I want to compare two test designs to see how the gas rate changes with the number of fracs. To do this, I first right-click the first plot I want to compare and click Send to Comparison Plot. I then do the same for the second one, making sure to send it to the same comparison plot. Now if we go back to the comparison plot, you can see that both test designs are now in the same plot. From here, we can select which of these datasets we want to see, and then by right-clicking we can customize these datasets, including the names. We can also send just datasets to the comparisons plot. So in this case, I want to just send the average reservoir pressure of both cases to the comparison plot. To do this, I right-click the average reservoir pressure dataset and click Send Dataset to Comparison Plot. I then do the same for the second case. As you can see, now only the average reservoir pressure for both cases is shown on the comparison plot. It is also possible to copy and paste plots to the comparison plot. By right-clicking a plot, clicking Copy Plot, then pasting it to the one you want to. The final tab of results is the Reporting tab, which is a print queue to batch print reports from multiple entities. When a well or group of wells are selected, by default, all worksheets for each well are added to the print queue. Through the Global Options button, it is possible to decide on which reports are created for each worksheet. From here though, you can select which reports you want to print manually, or if you only want to select a particular type of report for a group of wells, you can do this with this drop-down menu. Once you have selected the reports you want to print, clicking the Printer button will print all checked reports. Individual reports can also be previewed by clicking on the one you want to see and clicking Print Preview. This concludes the Results tab video of the Harmony Navigation series, where you've learned about the Results Viewer, Comparison Plots tab, and the Reporting tab. If you have any questions, please contact us at fekete.com.